Today, my friends and I will present the result of our assignment with the topic of air conditioning system and fire protection system. Before I start, I would like to introduce my member of this group. First, Faiz Syazwan bin Hishamuddin, Muhammad Afiq bin Muhammad Farid, Muhammad Syarizan bin Nordin, Nur Shifa binti Hashim, and last is Nur Anshuhana binti Muhammad Zaini. Air conditioning is the process of remove heat from inside of an inhabit space to increase the comfort to the occupant. Air conditioning can be used both domestic and commercial environment. The process of air conditioning in home, the liquid is usually water or air cooled by the evaporation of another liquid called a coolant. Air conditioning quickly convert the gas into a liquid and reuse chemical that remove hot air from inside house. They control the temperature, but also the humidity of the space, cooling the temperature and moving it forward, allowing the air conditioning to control the humidity in the air. There are various types of air conditioner that have been produced in Malaysia.
My name is Nur Shifa binti Hashim. My metric number is 2020-896-626. The figure presents a chill water system I use in this commercial building, consists roof-mounted cooling tower and a chiller. The chiller produces chill water and pushes this around to the building to air handling units AHU. The ground level and first floor level use the AHU to assist the centralized air conditioner in supply heat or cool air into the kitchen, lobby, restaurant and bucket hall. As for second floor level, this level use variable refrigerant volume VRV system, also known as a multi-split type air conditioner. This system provides the occupants with the ability to maintain individual zone control in each room and floor of a building with dual compressor and cassette type of air conditioner. The cooling tower will distribute the cool air to the level by ducting, plus the cooling tower helps improve the chill water system efficiency. Features of this system are: 1. The design and type of ductwork. The building will never be comfy if the ducts are appropriately sized and balanced. 2. Cooling capacity. The required cooling will influence the pump, flow rate, and sizing requirements for a cooling tower. 3. A filter dry. The filter will remove dust and heavy pollutants from environment and help reduce allergens and problems such as asthma and dermatitis. 4. The condenser outside coil. Coils will last longer and hold their efficiency better. 5. Return air considerations. The ideal condition here is for each room to have an entering air diffuser and a return air diffuser. 6. Pipe freeze machine. To prevent water from flooding all over the floor and in the space where the relocation of the chill water piping.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syarizan bin Nordin, matrix number 2006-27904. Component of chill water air conditioning system. The first one is air conditioning room. Second, AHU room. An air handling unit or AHU is a piece of HVAC equipment that is designed to regulate and circulate air throughout a space. Air handler typically connect to a ductwork ventilation system that distributes the conditioned air throughout the building and return it back to the unit. The third one is central plant room. A plant room is a room or space in a building dedicated to the mechanical equipment and its associated electrical equipment, as opposed to rooms intended for human occupancy or storage. Plant room typically house the following equipment: air handlers, boilings, chillers, heat exchanger, water heater and tanks, water pumps for domestic heating or cooling and firefighting water, main distribution piping and valve, sprinkler distribution piping and pumps, backup electrical generators, elevator machinery, and other HVAC equipment. The last component is cooling tower. Cooling tower are heat exchanger that use water and air to transfer heat from air conditioning system to the outdoor environment. Most commonly, they are used to remove heat from the condenser water, leaving a chiller. Cooling tower are usually located on rooftop or other outdoor sites. In a chilled water system, the entire air conditioner is installed on the roof or behind the buildings. It cools water to between 40 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit. The chilled water is piped throughout the building and connect to two air handlers. This can be a versatile system where the water pipes work like the evaporator coils in a standard air conditioner. If it is well insulated, there is no practical distance limitation to the length of a chilled water pipe. In all of the air conditioning system we have described so far, air is used to dissipate heat from the compressor coils. In some large system, a cooling tower is used instead. The tower creates a stream of cold water that runs through a heat exchanger, cooling the hot condenser coils. The tower blows air through a stream of water, causing some of it to evaporate, and the evaporation cools the water stream. One of the disadvantages of this type of system is that water has to be added regularly to make up the liquid lost through evaporation. The actual amount of cooling that an air conditioning system gets from the cooling tower depends on the relative humidity of the air and the barometric pressure. The advantages of chilled water air conditioning system is they are cost effective. One of the greatest things about chilled water air conditioning system is that they are reduce your energy cost by half, especially if they come with the latest high efficiency equipment. Since water is known to be better at absorbing heat, then air chilled water systems are instantly better than air cooled systems. Moreover, water is quite cheap and plentiful, and you won't need to use costly refrigerant lines to keep your scape cool. So you will end up contributing to overall cost savings. The second one is they contribute to indoor air quality. Air ducts keep indoor areas connect in a building, and this can cause unpleasant odors and air pollution to spread easily from one room to another. The great thing about chilled water system is that you have to install a separate air handling system in each air, which prevents the spread of odors and pollution. This leads to a significant improvement in indoor air quality. Another benefit that a chilled water system comes with is that they operate at quieter levels than traditional air cooling system. This is particularly ideal for buildings with sensitive environments like hospitals and fancy restaurants, where noise could be very distracting and unhealthy for the occupant. However, the use of this type of system also brings disadvantages. Firstly, they come with added maintenance needs. Because chilled water system utilize water to transfer heat, this may expose the water to various conditions that can lead to scaling. Scaling, if you were not aware, is basically where deposits get accumulated on metal, which can ultimately lead to corrosion. Corrosion can significantly affect the efficiency of your system. Second, they are not ideal for places with water shortage. Needless to say, chilled water system require a good amount of water to operate. This means they are not ideal for areas where there is constant water shortage. If your company pays water costs, you can expect that this cost to rise when you install a chilled water system.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Afiq bin Muhammad Farid. My metric number is 2020896608. The requirement on the installation of chilled water system. There are various types of air conditioning system that are available, and chilled water air conditioning system are the one that are commonly installed in medium and a large building where the particular area require a large cooling capacity. For instance, huge areas like hypermarkets, office and factories. However, more and more homes are also using this particular system to air condition their entire house now due to its cost effectiveness as well as zero hazard of having refrigerant pipe all over the house. The reason this selection is because chilled water systems are used in cases to centralize air conditioning equipment in a single location rather than installing many different pieces of equipment in different places. This way, the maintenance for the units can be greatly simplified.
That is an example of conditioning system. This device can often be found in the office or in the shopping mall as shown in the figure. For the conclusion is, overall, be said the air conditioning system is the coolest system in the building. The advantage of the air conditioning system is improve the quality of air and prevent hydration and heat stroke. Besides, they also have the disadvantage, which is dry skin, respiratory tract infection and allergies.
Next section is about fire protection system, sprinkler system. A fire can spark and spread in a matter of seconds. Identification of a developing fire emergency and early notification of the building's residents and fire emergency organizations are important aspects of fire defense. Water represents the ideal extinguishing agent for most fires. Sprinkler systems have been around since Cyrus Stevens Mason pioneered them in the late 19th century and now widely used all over the world. Sprinkler system is a system in which water is held under pressure in a network of pipes that runs throughout a building. Within minutes of flame appearing, a properly designed sprinkler will detect the heat of the fire, sound an alarm, and commence separation. Sprinkler systems are divided into 4 categories, each of which is fit to the demands of different facilities to ensure the safety of people and assets. 1. Wet pipe system. Cold water is stored under pressure in the pipes and is released instantly by sprinkler heads when the predetermined heat level is reached. 2. Dry pipe system. Used in unheated or unoccupied buildings in conditions pipes may freeze and burst. Deluge system, commonly used in areas where rapid fire damage is a major concern, and opens a water release valve and the nozzle is always open in this system. 4. Pre-action system, a system combination of wet and dry pipe system. The water in the pipes is not stored until a fire is detected, at which point it is released to the sprinkler.
The type of fire sprinkler system. Based on the figure, we have identified the sprinkler system type is automatic wet pipe sprinkler system. Wet pipe sprinkler systems are the most basic and widely used fire suppression technology available today. This fire sprinkler system is low maintenance and cost effective. They are made up of pipes that are constantly filled with pressure water. There are several main components of wet pipe sprinkler system. Example like stop valve, alarm valve, fire sprinkler head, alarm test valve and tank.
The feature of sprinklers of wet pipe system are 1. Instantly identification and control of a developing fire. 2. Rapid alert. 3. Reduce heat and smoke damage. 4. Enhance life safety. 5. Enhance security. 6. Reduce insurance expenditure.
Component for the wet pipe fire sprinkler system. The first one is automatic sprinkler's head. Automatic sprinkler's head is a device activated by heat that discharges water onto a fire. An automatic sprinkler is a fire suppression or fire control device with a heat activate element. The sprinkler operates automatically when the air temperature rises to or above the device specified temperature ratings. There are 4 types of fire sprinkler head. Example like pendant, upright, sidewall, and conceal. And we have identified the fire sprinkler head for this figure is pendant. A pendant fire sprinkler hangs from above ceilings pipe and distribute water in a dome or conical pattern using a convex deflector.
The operation of wet sprinkler system. There are various kinds of sprinkler systems that can be chosen from, and one of the most commonly used would be a wet sprinkler systems. Basically, a wet sprinkler system will have their overhead fire sprinkler piping filled with pressured water at all times that when a fire occurs, the heat detected will trigger the water to be sprayed immediately from the activated sprinkler system. Generally, the system consists of a shut-off valve that is provided in the fire riser above the building floor, in which above the shut-off valve will have a double check valve installed to prevent any backflow into the city water system. This particular valve is then followed by a shut-off valve with an outside access having an indicator as to signal whether it is open or closed. Normally, the valve is open with a chain and a padlock applied as to prevent tampering. Apart from that, a tamper switch is also installed where its function to sound an alarm whenever the valve is tampered by unauthorized personnel. Above this valve will be an alarm check valve that will permit flow to the sprinkler system and consists of connection for a drain, pressure gauge, and retard chamber that operates the water flow motor driven alarm placed outside of the building. As previously explained, there will be a check valve incorporated to prevent backflow through the fire department connection. The fire department connection are redundant to the city water supply and provide another source of water for the wet sprinkler system. The riser to the system is then connected to the branch lines which serve sprinkler lines. The sprinkler lines contains a fusible link sprinkler heads where the number, type, and location of it is determined by the fire occupancy rating. This particular rating will consider a few factors, and they include the type of structure, the material present in the area, the number of personnel, and the liability resulting from a fire. All in all, the wet pipe system operation basically starts when the heat from the occurred fire melts the fuse in the sprinkler and subsequently allowing the water to flow from the head. However, just like any other fire protection system, the purpose of the water sprayed from the wet sprinkler system is merely to slow down the spread of fire while waiting for the arrival of professional firefighters.
The advantages to using a wet pipe sprinkler system. The first one is the system is simplicity and reliability. wet pipe sprinkler system contain the fewest components and as a result the fewest objects that can fail. This ensures unsurpassed dependability, which is critical given that sprinklers may be required to lie idle for years before being used. The element of simplicity is also crucial in location where system maintenance may not be conducted as frequently as required. The next advantage is relative low installation and maintenance expense. Wet pipe sprinkler system take the least amount of installation time and money due to its general simplicity. In comparison to other system types, less service time is often required, resulting in maintenance cost reductions. When maintenance budgets are tight, these savings become significant. And the next one is ease of modification. Wet pipe sprinkler systems are more convenient to modify because they don't need shutting off the water supply, draining pipes, or making other changes. After the work is complete, the system is pressure tested and restored. Additional detection and specific control equipment work is eliminated, saving time and money. And the last one is short-term downtime following a fire. The least amount of effort is needed to restore wet pipe sprinkler system. Replace the fuse, sprinklers, and switch on the water supply to restore sprinkler protection in most cases. Resetting control device on pre-action and dry pipe system may take a little longer. Wet pipe sprinkler system also have disadvantages. The disadvantages for the wet pipe fire sprinkler system is wet pipe system are not suited for sub-freezing environments. It is not ideal for space housing and sensitive equipment. This also the possibility that piping will be severely damaged by pressure and leak as a result. Wet pipe fire sprinkler system also can increase risk of potential damage to your property if there is a leaky pipe. The next one is wet pipe fire sprinkler can damage to piping or sprinkler while likely result in water leaks and subsequent water damage. And the last one is since the pipe in a wet pipe sprinkler system are always filled with water, it will not work in areas that fall below 40 Fahrenheit. Thank you.
Requirements on the installation of wet sprinkler system. There are specific requirements that shall be followed during the installation of this wet sprinkler system. Some of them can be referred to the National Fire Protection Association, which is NFFPA, where it states that this system shall be installed in buildings that require both standpipes and sprinkler systems. Both standards are only established the design and the installation requirement for each respective system. Apart from that, there is also a requirement from an authority having jurisdiction, which is AHJ, where it states that all floors of high-rise building are required to be served by a minimum of 2 combination sprinkler system and standpipe system. Also, the sprinkler system shall be cross-connected between a minimum of 2 risers or multiple risers as backup for the sprinkler system water supply to a given of the building in case one riser is impaired for any reasons. In addition, to where wet sprinkler system are cross-connected with 2 or more risers, careful consideration needs to be taken into the method of sizing the sprinkler piping. At the discretion of the designer, the hydraulic calculation can be restricted using only one of the combination standpipe, and sprinkler risers or the required flow can be split using multiple risers. Nevertheless, while it is a popular choice among the rest due to its ease of installation and optimal protection, it is not actually suited for all kinds of environments. This is because since the pipes in a wet pipe sprinkler system are always filled with water, this particular system does not work well in the areas that fall below 40 degrees.
Next is an example of fire protection system. This type of fire protection is often installed in large areas such as hall or car parking lots. The attached picture illustrates the area.
In conclusion, automatic sprinkler system often represent one amongst the most important fire protection options for many heritage applications. It's important to own a fire protection system as an element of a building safety plan. Without a fire protection system, the life of those who are inside the building are placed at a high risk within the event an emergency. Their success depends upon selection of proper separation and detection components and management's commitment to properly maintain system. Water mist represents a promising alternative to gaseous agent system.